Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast on the Athletic Network. It's still Sunday, February 20th, and the 2022 All-Star Weekend is officially in the books. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory. Alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Tassie? We got our top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. The international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Leigh Ellis. Finally making the magic happen. Super producer, JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Shout out to the stream team joining us live right now on YouTube on a Sunday night. They said it would never happen. Yet here we are. Thanks to everybody who swung by last night for our All-Star Saturday night watch party. That was a lot of fun. Despite what was actually happening in Cleveland on Saturday night.
That's
we'll get
why
to that.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we
for
had a
us.
blast.
Yeah.
We had a blast, and we really appreciate everybody that checked that out and maybe liked the video and subscribed to No Dunks on YouTube and shared the show. We really appreciate it.
Too much fun last night, actually. I got pulled over on the way home.
Oh, no.
I've told you all about that stop sign that's right by the corner. I told you.
You said it was going to happen?
The first week we were moving in, I told Laura, I'm going to run that stop sign. They're going to give me a ticket. Guaranteed. Ran the stop sign last night. Boop! Boop!
Wow.
Guy pulls up. You know you got to stop at the stop signs. I said, I agree. I live right around the corner. All right, you're good to go.
Whoa!
Blessings!
Very nice.
Blessings! Birthday blessings!
I'm surprised it went down that way because you were in a stinky mood after the dunk contest. Yeah, you were fired up. You were hangry, Trey Kirby. Yeah.
Well, I did have a bag of Taco Bell sitting alongside me. Couldn't get anybody to jump on it to go for a to-go order during the show. So I stopped on the way home, rolled through the drive-thru, rolled through the stop sign.
Wow.
That's what got you through. That's what he knew you were a local. This guy's got a bag of. What's that? Oh, he's going home.
This guy is down bad. He's like, look how angry his face looks. Smells like bean burrito coming out of
That would have been awesome.
Go home.
Sir, I just watched the shittiest dunk contest of all time. I don't have time for this. I live right around the corner. That's incredible. Incredible.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, good. Email in your NBA questions to nodunks@theathletic.com. Keep them coming. Get yourself an Athletic subscription. If you don't have one already, go to theathletic.com/nodunks so they know that we sent you. And finally, get yourself some sweet, sweet, sweet No Dunks merch over at nodunks.com. Okay, the plan tonight, very simple. We're going to get to our All-Star Weekend winners and losers, and I'm talking about the whole weekend. You can go back to Friday night. You can go to Saturday night. I'm sure we'll get to that maybe in the losers. But let's start with a little All-Star game talk. Because, Tass,
That was great.
was that the greatest All-Star game we've ever had?
It feels like
Might
it.
be. I mean,
I don't. I don't.
Lee's like adjusting his shirt.
I'm sorry. The 87 All-Star game,
I mean, come
10
on.
times better.
Come
Yeah.
on, that was a real game with the defense. We don't need no fancy Nancy Elam ending. We end the real way. Free throws, no time left. We go to overtime. All right, you get off my lawn right now.
You're right.
Take it back to 1987. That's when real men played real basketball.
Was this the greatest offensive performance we've ever seen in an All-Star game?
Are you telling me? Tom Chambers, 34 points.
What?
He wasn't even picked. He came in as an injury repllement. He gets not thrown
Yeah, he
into
wasn't
the
even an
starting
All-Star.
lineup.
That guy's not even an All-Star.
34 points. You do 34 points against real defense in an All-Star game.
Older than you are.
We had sweaty Larry Bird last night. Now we got old man 87 All-Star game Ellis tonight. I love it. But Tass, what did you think of the game here? We can touch on this quickly.
Well, yeah, I don't remember the 87 All-Star game, thankfully. But I remember the one from tonight. 16 threes. We all expected Steph to set the single game record during the season. He did it tonight. There's a blurring of what these records are. We just had LeBron with the unofficial most points in NBA history, regular season plus playoffs. Maybe this counts.
No.
Maybe the 16 threes counts.
Sure, maybe.
Okay, well, we expected him to do it to actually achieve the most threes in NBA history earlier this season. There was that Magic game where he had a clunker, and then tonight he just had the beauty, the showboating, the turning to the crowd before it goes down, asking them, "Hey, did that go in? Did that go in?" That one on the sideline, that was so cool. He did the other one at midcourt. I think, one of the moments that he didn't hear, but one cool moment was Allen Iverson on the call in the third quarter watching Steph hit the shots, and he hit one, and AI said, he's the reason why I got league pass. And AI is there's no bullshit with AI.
Right.
He's not just saying that. He literally, there's probably one guy is the reason why he got league pass. His name is Stephen Curry. So that was pretty cool. And he was going for it at the end.
Sure, because he was trying to beat Anthony Davis's record, I think, of 52 in an all.
And he was just trying to finish the game.
Yeah, good point. With the Elam ending.
With the Elam ending, and it was a deep bomb, and they doubled him once to get it out of his hands. Then he finally got the opportunity, and he missed. But the ending of LeBron was beautiful in Cleveland. He overdid it at the beginning with the chalk toss. It was great. The intros were great. Hearing LeBron. LeBron was just soaking it in. The cheers for him was nice and genuine.
He was straight up screaming to the crowd.
That was cool.
So that was so cool. Hyped. Yeah, I like that we also had your guy, and sort of our guy too, former Raptor player. DeRozan hit a big shot.
Big shot.
As he's done all season long. The turnaround there, jumper to get them close, and then LeBron with the one-legged, sort of fadeaway there on the end to end it.
Target score is awesome when it ends on a basket.
Hell
it's really
yeah.
cool. That's really fun to see a walk-off shot, you know? And that's exactly what that was for LeBron. So, yeah, that was cool. The ovation for him in the starting lineup was such an ovation that now people are talking about, well, he's definitely going back to Cleveland at some point. I mean, the love was real there. Yeah. And honestly, the Cleveland fans I thought were kind of awesome the entire All-Star game. Just remembering they played the Warriors so many times in the finals, so we're gonna boo Steph Curry when we see him, despite the fact that he's gonna have an NBA record for 3-pointers regular season, postseason, or exhibition. It doesn't matter; they're all the same.
Yeah.
But I thought that was great that they were I don't know. It seemed like there was a lot of basketball fans in the arena rather than just the rich people who could afford tickets. They were remembering the history of the league and cheering for it when it was appropriate. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that is something that doesn't happen very often when we're there, right?
What?
There isn't a real hometown crowd. It's corporate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, this definitely, that felt different. They booed the hell out of Steph Curry and Draymond.
Yep.
And James Harden for some reason.
He's
Everyone's
just a
booing him
villain right now.
He
He's just a villain.
number one villain in the entire NBA right now.
I on Friday's Drop podcast, we were making our predictions, which TK killed on Saturday night, but we also picked our All-Star Game MVPs. I went with Curry. My thinking, narrative reason-wise, was well, who's one of the best players that doesn't have one? I do just looking at it like that, and I think when you're at the elite level, they're just let me get one of these. And he had these bad shooting performances in All-Star Games past. So I picked Curry, but then he does that weird-ass game on Saturday night during the festivities with the blindfolds and the Kool-Aid, and everyone's booing him like crazy. They continue to boo him tonight, and then I was feeling really good. I was like, oh, he's going to win it tonight. I didn't think he was going to go for 50 maybe and hit 16 threes, but I liked his chances, and he came through there, Ellis.
Yeah, I mean, this was just Steph out playing playground basketball, really, just taking deep shots, flinging the ball up there. He got hot. He only went 1 for 3 on non-threes. Don't want to, bring anyone down, but that's just a stat there. But the 16 for 27.
Are you going back to your 1987 defense played out there?
They were actually playing D, which was odd at the end.
This is working. This whole format is perfect for the All-Star
game.
The
ending has saved the All-Star game itself.
I agree.
There's still work to be done on the weekend, but the actual game is good because it gets down to it and they start being competitive. They start saying, we know it's fun, but I also don't want to lose. I don't want to be the guy who has the shot hit in my face if my team goes down. So that's great. You want to finish on a bit of a high because Saturday night sucked ass
Okay, we'll
bad.
get to that. Jesus, man. This guy's firing up. You would have got a ticket last night for sure if you had rolled through a red light or stop something. So yeah, Curry was awesome. LeBron ending it in Cleveland was awesome. Any other favorite moments from this game? I guess we had one debate going on here in the Classic Factory while we were watching it is, well, if Team Durant wins, will Curry still get the All-Star Game MVP, or is it automatically Embiid, who had a monster game for that team? I mean, what do you think? Tass, hypothetically, Curry gets 50.
This guy.
And Team Durant wins.
You love this question.
Well, yeah, man.
I think they would have given it to Steph.
Really?
No.
I would have flipped this table.
But I don't know. Wait, what answer? They should have.
Okay. Well, they didn't have to.
Yeah, I don't know. Embiid wanted it real bad, though.
Yeah, I know. He was he told Draymond, I think, during the broadcast, I'm winning All-Star Game MVP, I'm winning regular season MVP, and I'm winning Finals MVP. Told him that, and then Draymond's like, you ain't winning Finals MVP, bro. Because he believes the Warriors are going.
Nice.
Yes.
0 for 1, it sounds like.
He's 0 for 1.
Yep.
So I guess Embiid is gonna be on your list of guys in the near future, great players who haven't got one
Yeah.
yet.
Yep.
Join the list. I mean, it's a long list. I
It
guess.
will be. I mean, there are a couple guys like Jokic is obviously an MVP already in the league, but there are a couple guys that approach the All-Star game and don't really give a damn. James Harden is always on that list. I haven't been convinced Luka
The donk
is
not
really
too
maybe
No.
ever going to gun for one of these. So there's like some caveats, but yeah, I think Embiid for sure. Embiid feels to me like a guy that's like when he plays in 10 of these, like I'm going to have one or two of these. Yeah, that's what I think. But any other favorite moments from the game?
Ja Morant alley-oop.
That was nice.
360. He only had 3 baskets. 2 of them must have
Two
been
alley-oops
alley-oops.
from Trey Young.
Yeah.
That was a freaking 360 alley-oop. And the other one
Smooth.
that was a reverse alley-oop. That was beauties. And then LaMelo threw the legs, threw one up. Who was that for? I got it here.
Don't
He
remember.
threw it to DeJounte Murray.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay.
And we
Nice.
had a super slow replay going through his legs. That's what we wanted LaMelo
We
for.
love the slow-mo replay.
What about Rudy Gobert's 360?
That was pretty good for him.
That's pretty impressive.
Put him in the career
I know
highlight reel.
everybody hates Rudy Gobert, including everyone that works at TNT and that's on the call and within the game.
That plays in the league. They
Yeah,
all do.
I know.
But
They
that was
really do.
That was a sick-ass 360.
Yeah, for that TBS, the TBS
That's sick.
broadcast, which was
The inside crew,
the
yep.
inside crew plus Draymond Green. Yeah, there was a couple lines there. Kenny Smith, I guess I wasn't watching, but kept comparing Draymond Green to Dikembe Mutombo and Rudy Gobert.
defensive-minded guys.
He was lumping them in, and then Draymond had just had enough, and this was the viral clip going around.
Yeah.
He just said, "Can you stop comparing me to Rudy Gobert? We're not the same guy whatsoever." I mean,
So he was fine with Dikembe.
yes.
Yeah. No, because
Oh
actually,
yeah, actually, he said, "Stop comparing me to those guys." And Kenny Smith said, "I'm comparing to Dikembe." No, the other guy that you said.
yeah,
He wouldn't say his name, but the other guy.
Spicy.
It is. It's very spicy. Oh, and we said when like this deal came about that Draymond Green was still playing in the league,
It was
but
weird.
also working for Turner. Is like he doesn't care. He is like Barkley in that sense.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
that's what
care.
they want from him. Though.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's gold. It went viral basically
Absolutely,
today.
yeah.
And he's on whatever team he was on, Durant or whatever. He was in the huddles, and
Yeah.
he had a mic. I mean, that was
Unfair advantage is
that
what
was
you're saying.
odd.
Did you have any other favorite moments from the entirety? And we got to get to the top 75
Yeah.
celebration too, but from the game or even maybe Macy Gray, were you a big fan of the anthem?
I've seen Macy Gray play once. She was great.
yeah.
Fine.
She flew through that anthem.
Oh, yeah. Chris Paul surprisingly played.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it because just before the game we found out he's out for potentially 6 weeks with this fracture in his thumb.
It's 6 to 8 weeks, and he's going to be like reassessed.
Yes.
He's out for the regular season. I
Possibly,
think.
possibly, which is a huge blow to the Suns and to him.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, he's not playing. And then all of a sudden, Chris Paul is coming into the game, and Devin Booker, his teammate, hits him with the rip through.
Yeah, I know he's trying to like get him to reach, and then you said he like calling off like a Rudy Gobert pick or something like
Yeah,
that.
Rudy Gobert was coming to pick Devin Booker, and it was on his left side, so that's not his injured hand. But he said, "Just get out. Like, you're not going to injure me again." But it was really strange that he's got a
Tape,
broken
yeah.
thumb. It's taped up,
It's fractured.
and I mean, he was only playing with his left hand.
Yeah.
he was
Whipping
trying to
lefty
get.
passes. And stuff.
So okay, well, let's ask it. Some people were like very pissed online. You won't believe this. Some people on Twitter were livid.
Wow,
They're
that
like,
is
why?
funny.
Why is he playing? Why isn't he giving up that spot? What is he doing? Your thoughts, your reaction.
I mean,
You
they
know-
could have found a replacement. They should have asked one of the top 75 players to replace him. 75 for 75. Since
I love
Chris
it.
Paul's on the top 75.
Put Melo in.
Exactly. Yeah, put Melo in. That's fine. Put an active top 75 player I would have allowed. to replace-
Lillard was there.
Lillard could have replaced him. Kawhi Leonard, if he just wants to get a
Yep.
little cardio in, maybe he can hop in and play
That's
some
what my
minutes.
puts idea.
Put Jordan
But
in
they
the
don't need
game.
to replace him.
Jordan. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because then you know it's going to be competitive as well. There's no question. Then he's like, all right, we know if Jordan's
Ooh.
out there. Jordan versus LeBron, would that have been? No.
Chris
no,
was
'cause
on
he was on LeBron's
He was
team.
on
Yeah.
LeBron's
Yeah,
we
there-
could do some quick refiguring
Yeah.
of the teams.
There was a quick clip of Magic running into Michael Jordan in the
Yeah.
back, and MJ saying, "Let's go one-on-one right
I
now."
know, I know.
Like he wasn't kidding. He was ready to throw down.
Well, you got me to my next question in saying all that with Jordan. Does this LeBron improving to a perfect, you know what I'm going to ask
I
you?
think so.
Do you know what I'm going to ask you?
I think
LeBron now what, 5-0 as captain of an
Yeah.
All-Star
Oh,
game?
you know it.
Does this bump him ahead of Michael Jordan in your GOAT conversation?
Well, Jordan was never an all-star captain.
Never once. winless as an
Zero,
All-Star captain.
Look, Michael Jordan's team, if he was captain, would have never lost
No.
as well. So this would be a moot point. I
That
think.
would be fascinating to see who Michael would have picked though on his team
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know Charles Barkley was often an all-star. Would he have picked Charles or would he have
Well, he was friends with Charles, though.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
there were some. Feels like there's rocky years with Michael Jordan for everybody.
Yeah.
Even
Would
if
he
it was
have picked
best friend.
Scottie Pippen? Ooh, really
Oh,
makes
that's
you think.
good.
He probably would have picked the worst players. He would be like,
Just to show you.
like every year he's like, give me Eaton. I want
James Donaldson, you're up, mate.
Mark Eaton, the Rudy Gobert of his time. Unfortunately, poor Mark catching strays here. Okay. Any other thoughts on the All-Star game? No.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
I mean, it was better than last night.
Yeah. I saw.
I know that ain't saying a lot.
Seth Partnow tweet though. The Elam ending does give some hope for this mid-season tournament if you can incorporate something like that. I think that's a very good point because if you can generate the excitement and that competitiveness for this pros mid-season tournament, whenever it happens, I think the Elam ending has to be in it.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. What do you think? You're
I don't know.
not convinced? You think they
Strange,
should
though.
just play a game? Well,
Yeah.
that is weird because they say when we get this mid-season tournament that they're going to count as actual games for the regular season.
That's fine.
You don't care about that?
No,
As long as
I
enough
mean,
teams-
they've got to try something, I think.
don't
And
know.
I think, because
But I don't know if you can have a regular season play normal 48-minute games and then in this mid-season tournament, which also count as regular season games,
Try it out.
have a different ending. But try it out. It wouldn't be actually fair if there's only some teams playing X amount of Elam ending games and
when Anthony Davis scored the 52, I think that was the last non-Elam ending game, and that's when everyone was like, "Okay, this game now. No one cares at all." We were watching until the end. I think it's worth experimenting with anyway for at least 1 or 2 seasons. 2 seasons, and then see what you got.
2 seasons.
Look,
a movie.
the Elam ending has honestly saved the All-Star game. And now it's a small sample size, and yes, the regular season's obviously different, but there's something there to be like, okay,
I agree.
we can work on this.
I agree. I mean, but one is an exhibition game.
I know.
And again, the other is in theory still a regular season
I know,
game,
but the idea is to just create.
Hey, I'm
If
talking
they're all
about it.
in
I
a
like
tournament, though, they're all under the same rules. Everybody's
Right.
playing the same minutes in that case. You know, if it's round robins or whatever,
guess you're
however
right.
they do it. Like,
yeah, because then
if it's for everybody, then
that's a good point.
it's fair for everybody.
Good point.
Yeah.
I don't mind it because Elam ending's awesome. It was
Yeah.
great for Rising Stars as well. So I don't know. To me, though, the only problem with the Elam ending is it makes the first 3 quarters even less essential. You're like, let's just completely fast forward and go to the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
We're playing at 24.
Yeah.
They need to figure out some sort of
In betweener.
Yeah.
An Elam ending for every quarter.
yeah.
Let's get the stream team's thoughts on what these guys are saying, as well as what they did at halftime here for the Diamond anniversary, the top 75 / really 76.
You guys
what do you
missed
think?
it. You should have been watching on the NBA app. I saw them put together that stage. just a marvel. They went from a court where guys were playing to boom, the stage that they put together. Great
You love
production.
production.
That
You
was
do.
a great production. Machine Gun Kelly, he was fine. I would have preferred
That
Brian
was-
Austin
that was
Green.
brutal.
Oh, you just want the chaos in there.
Yeah. Give me a little BAG, but MGK was all right. Just one joke. Just give him one joke.
He tried more than one joke.
Oh, I thought he tried one.
Well, what were his
Yeah, I
jokes
mean,
in your mind?
he is Machine
He had a
Gun.
joke
He's gotta
about
have
he had a joke about his sweater
gotta have
and
more
his
than one.
Thanos jewels or whatever that LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yep. I thought that was it.
What were his
He had another one. Hold on, he had another two, I think.
jokes in
Because
your
I tweeted, I did not expect an MGK comedy hour, which is what it fucking turned
Explain
into.
these
It was brutal.
jokes.
I thought it was one. Anyway, and then we got to halftime, and JB Smoove. He was the internet. He was the internet personified because he said, "Let's go!" Like everybody on the internet.
Well, we had Spike started off,
Yeah.
then we had JB Smoove, Tiffany Haddish,
Yeah.
and Usher.
That's
I
right.
think we're the foursome there.
Yeah, introducing the various components of the top.
Well,
75.
that's what I wanted to get your take on.
Centers.
Non-alphabetical.
Gods.
Throw it out the window. Yeah, let's do it by position.
So
I
what
thought
were the
this was
other
a positionless league.
So centers, guards.
Forwards.
I thought. Well,
No,
I thought
guards
there
was
was
last.
forward.
Guards was last.
Forward, centers,
centers,
guards.
guards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then with MJ.
Oh, so there's
Yeah.
only 3. Okay.
What'd you think?
They have to break it up.
Hey, let's ask the old guy. Do you like old guys walking and waving? Because that was right up your alley.
Yeah. It was funny because some of the guys really played up to their character. Kawhi was like, "What am I doing here? Yeah, see you guys." Shaq.
Hold on, that's not actually true. Kawhi threw up the claw.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
He had a move.
Yeah,
He was marketing. He was marketing.
Yeah,
He's like,
fair.
I'm the claw. So, he's probably not moving too much merchandise this season. So he wanted to remind people.
Go to the claw.com.
Dennis Rodman came out sort of like pretty
he had a
funky.
water bottle.
He was going crazy. You expect that from
Pretty
him.
funky, yes.
And Shaq, of course, Shaq had to play up to the camera. He was great,
Yeah, that was, drop the phone,
exactly. Yeah, he was awesome. And then to finish with Michael, who was apparently at Daytona Beach.
He was gone the whole day.
So our WhatsApp chat, while it was going on, we're like, who are they going to end with? Once we figured out it was guards, we were like, who are they ending with? And the conversation was, they're ending with MJ or Kobe.
Yeah.
And then Trey was like, well, I'm not sure MJ's there. And I was like, well, then, and then my gut said, I was like, well, maybe they'll end with Kobe if MJ's not there.
Yeah.
Of course he was there, and so they ended with him. But
MJ out with the turtleneck. That's his stage. He's like, everyone agrees now. He is the GOAT because when you come out last in the top 75 of all time, that's basically an acceptance by everyone. Yeah, you are. And he goes out there and, he's looking cool and...
So it'll be interesting when they do the top 100. Will they end with forwards or guards? Will it be LeBron?
No, they'll end with tweener guards, I think.
Tweener guards.
Or stretch fours. That's what I want to see in 25 years' time.
Were you entertained by it? Were you disappointed? No jackets, like the cool leather jackets, which I'm convinced they got. Oh, they were Blazers.
Those were jackets. Yeah, I guess they were Blazers. You're right. That was like the Masters.
And I told you on Friday that I was going to be very disappointed if that's what they were wearing.
Yeah, I mean, it was the least jacket related you could get and have it still be jackets. So that was a little bit disappointing. We all wanted to see him in the leathers, no doubt about it. But of course I was entertained. Like, I don't know, it's just fun seeing everybody.
Yeah.
Seeing who's still alive, seeing how old people are, seeing what they look like, how they move, like seeing them like interact with each other, just hanging out at the top 75 bar.
That was weird.
Hey, you come here often?
Yeah, that was
what are you doing? Celebrating?
A lot of guys like sort of a bit older,
get him a chair.
Well, they did get a couple guys chairs. I know
Kareem got a chair.
I think somebody
But
else
what
did.
about Billy Cunningham? What about Bob Pettit?
Yeah.
Get
Rick
those
Barry,
guys
I
a
think,
chair.
needed one too. I like one more guy, George Gervin, when he came out, the Iceman, did a little finger
and
rolls.
Kareem did a little skyhook.
I did a skyhook.
There were like 4 or 5 people that were like really on brand, doing their move.
Doing their signature shot. Dirk didn't do the one-legger. Too bad.
No. Look, what are you really expecting from this? They got a bunch of old guys to announce, so it's always going to be a little boring and long. I think they could have done a little, I don't know, something a little bit more with like the presentation of the player and their highlights or something, or like even stats on screen. I know they were saying it.
Yeah, I think they had.
I think they just
move
decided
through.
it was too much work.
Yeah, well, I think they just wanted. They didn't want people just going like, "Come on, move it along here. This can't be an hour-long thing."
No, we had to save that for the skills challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like the opening montage. It was very nice.
Yeah. That
It was
stuff
cut
was
together
great.
really well. Ended with Giannis's block and raising the trophy, right? I do.
I'm just
That was
looking for
later.
a little
okay.
a little split screen action, maybe when we're showing
Highlights would have been nice,
Tubby George
actually.
Gervin, and let's see the finger roll
some
him
of
on
these
the
guys,
Spurs.
yeah.
Let's see some highlights.
Yeah, we didn't get highlights of everybody.
Yeah.
That's true.
what
Billy
was-
Cunningham came out, waved. Danielle said, "He's got big hands," and I've never thought about Billy Cunningham's hands, but it's totally true.
It was a running theme with all these guys.
They are
all
basketball
have
players.
giant mitts.
Yeah, a few wonky fingers out there too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of weird fingers.
And okay, what was going on with a lot of guys not being there? That are of course still with us. I mean,
Yeah, that
what
was
did it
strange.
get up to? Like
was
8
a
to
lot,
10 guys that were
Quite a
just-
few.
We had this odd video package, which stick around for tweet of the night.
Yeah.
We'll have some fun with that. But like, why is Bird not there? Why is Westbrook not there? Why is Nash not there? Why is Scottie Pippen not there? Karl Malone. It goes on and on.
Yeah.
It's just like
Old guys allowed. Guys who are currently playing.
old guys were there.
I know.
The oldest of the guys were
I
there.
know, but
Yeah.
some weren't.
I know. Disappointing.
Westbrook, very strange. I thought. Anthony Davis, you're injured. Maybe
Yeah,
he
okay,
just got
okay.
injured.
Yeah, you could tell because they didn't even have an awkward video of him waving in front of
Just a
a green
picture.
screen or whatever, or a
He
white
couldn't
background.
send in a video. He sent in a video as a corrupt file.
Oh, Jesus.
Could not open.
Send it by Google Drive, Anthony Davis. Somebody's trying to talk him through it. No.
You forgot to release access, Anthony, so if you could go back and share it with me, that'd be
Just
very
wait,
helpful.
We'll get it up.
Okay. The biggest disappointment was they didn't have these cool jackets that I know have been made. The leather jackets. There's clips going around. I watched a 5-minute video. The guy's his name that made the jackets is Jeff Hamilton. He's like this really weird, cool looking dude. It's in fashion. I think he's French. And what are they doing with these jackets? They just gave them to him in the back. Maybe they took a photo. Like, why weren't they wearing them?
They're going to be on eBay tomorrow. 75th anniversary jacket.
Dennis Robbins is going to be definitely on eBay tomorrow. I'm putting a bid in, man. We get it for the set. He's sick.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Any
you're right.
final thoughts?
You're right. It is
tonight?
weird about the jackets. Now you made me think. You told me about Jeff Hamilton making jackets.
I think that's his name.
You did spring a memory of. I saw Kevin McHale talking to Kevin Garnett. And Kevin McHale was wearing the jacket.
They're wearing them.
The big Celtics one. It's cool looking. Then I saw a tweet. I think it was through the Athletic Slack that somebody shared an elevator with Kevin McHale, and Kevin wasn't wearing his blazer,
right?
Because he thought he had to wear a cool Celtics jacket.
And the jackets
so somebody told him, and he's like, I didn't know I had to wear a blazer.
Wait, are these fresh leathers?
Yes.
Fresh.
Yeah, fresh leathers, and it's really cool. I saw some players that have played, of course, for 5 or 6 teams. The logos are all over them. It all has the same idea of 97, where it's one color predominantly, like different colors. But yeah,
I mean,
we gotta let Jeff shine.
I know. This guy just made all these jackets. Think about this, and they're wearing these dumbass, boring blazers with like a little patch, like ironed on.
Stitching for months.
So you think on Dwayne Wade's one, he's got Miami, Chicago, and Cleveland, or they just
I don't know about that.
Let's just pretend Cleveland didn't.
Okay, I will say in the video I watched, Jeff Hamilton. Again, I don't know if that's his name, but that's what we're calling him. He's literally on the phone with somebody at NBA headquarters going, what are we doing with Charles Barkley? Are we going 32 or 34? Like, he's asking these things and he's drawing them all. Yeah, he put a lot of work into these.
Yeah, it's like with jerseys.
Are you looking up Jeff Hamilton?
Yeah.
Is he crazy looking?
In one jacket, I want to be able to capture their beautiful career and the amazing achievements they have created. Whoa. You're not kidding. This looks like a Jack Nicholson character.
Right?
I'm a big Jeff Hamilton fan.
I'm a Hamilton head.
Oh, yeah.
But not that Hamilton.
My name is Jeffrey Hamilton. I'll make your jacket for you with your friends. These are good jackets. I can't believe they didn't wear them.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's similar to what's happening on the court during the game. I want to see individual jerseys. I want to go back to the team jerseys because they look cooler. Everybody's sort of distinct.
Yeah.
Instead of the uniform blazers and the uniform jerseys.
Everything at least aesthetics wise was boring. The jerseys in the All-Star game and then these blazers. We will not be talking about the blazers they wore 20 years from now. We still talk about these leather jackets that Jeff Hamilton
You think?
made.
I mean, you threw out the Masters. Are they trying to? I don't know.
Yeah, the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
They did look very.
But they do that at the NBA Hall of Fame too. They give them their jackets. It's just the same jacket with a different patch on it. I mean, that's
the nicest thing you can do for somebody. Give him a jacket.
I mean, just use the
Stitch him a jacket. Give him a jacket.
That's all I want.
Let him wear it. Giannis's jacket was too small.
It was very.
That's my last note. Giannis's jacket was too small.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Very long arms, very broad shoulders. Jeff. That would have never happened to Jeff. I just saw he created
Whose jacket was the biggest? Nora had a comment about it, and I was like, ooh, it is quite roomy, but I think he wanted it that way. Paul Pierce. It was baggy. It was very baggy jacket.
He did have a baggy jacket.
Yeah. I liked how Paul Pierce, for his retirement ceremony, LeBron went and ruined that night, and then to celebrate tonight, he had to go to Cleveland to in LeBron's, backyard, basically.
Paul Pierce should have come out in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
No, that would have been pretty Okay.
You're right about the jacket, Skeets. I didn't think. I didn't know. I didn't know, but now Jeff Hamilton he's a household name. For me.
Yeah, he's probably like, this is Paul Pierce. I'm just going to pretend like he wanted it super long.
Hey, Jeff Hamilton, come on, No Dunks. We'll do an hour.
But
We'll
get
do
us a
90
jacket.
minutes. Jackets for us.
Yeah, like No Dunks, the starters, the free agents, TBJ.
The free agents.
Yeah, that's how Cleveland
Did we
Cavaliers.
even have a logo for the free agents?
I think so, yeah. I think it was that blingy sort of thing, wasn't it?
He's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't good, but we had it.
Yeah.
Put it on the jacket.
All right, Jeff.
Speaking of bling,
Open invite.
Allen Iverson looked like he was a little bit heavier in some of that bling that he had, and he had tons
Probably
of
heavy.
chains. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Trey said this off air, but like these guys, a lot of these former, stars, of course, a lot of them are hunched over, man.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of mileage on those bodies, and it's taken a bit of a toll. For giant guys, there's like a little crouching forward.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
Seems like a lot of guys who were 6'9" or 6'7" now.
Yeah.
But I thought Iverson looked the coolest because he had a red shirt on, so it matched with the red on the patch, and then you could obviously see his chains as well. Great look.
And then he took it off. He took that blazer off real quick.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun top 5. Who looked at top 5 coolest looking guys?
Best jacket guys.
Dr. J always on the list.
Yeah.
And looks great for his age. Iverson would be on there.
Lillard, I thought, looked pretty sharp, but he's in his prime, so yeah.
I would say at the number 5 spot, you would just put white turtlenecks. Everybody had a white turtleneck, just like a nice, classy, straightforward look. Magic and Michael both had them on, so that's kind of like the standard look, I would say.
Hey, all right. Let's hear from the stream team.
Maybe next week. Hey, we're going crazy. Top 5 jacket wearers.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's take one break tonight. That's it. And then when we come back, we will do our All-Star Weekend winners and losers, looking at the entirety of the weekend.
Love it.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yeah, here's a live ad read for you.
Okay.
I was clicking around the Masterclass website this morning on the quest for Inspirado for today's live ad read. And the thing that caught my eye today, Nancy Cartwright teaches voice acting. Straight up Bart Simpson.
Oh, that's who that
cool.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teaching a class? I hate school. Wild stuff.
Don't have a cow, man.
Eat my shorts, Leigh. It made me think, could I be a voice actor?
Sure.
Probably not, to be quite honest. I think it's funny enough that I talk for a living.
Yeah, me too.
I would say after my wide hips, my voice is one of my least favorite things. Wide hips, number 1, voice number 2. But if I ever wanted to try a career as a voice actor, I'd start with Nancy Cartwright's course on Masterclass. Because with Masterclass, you can learn from the world's best minds, anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. With over 100 classes from a range of world-class instructors, that thing you've always wanted to do is closer than you think. You can get unlimited access to every masterclass and 15% off an annual membership by going to masterclass.com/nodunks today. That's masterclass.com/nodunks. Terms apply.
Cowabunga. Thanks to Edmunds for sponsoring the show today. Car shopping. Not a fun experience. Last time I bought a car a few years ago, I did not enjoy it at all. Didn't like the sales rep. Certainly didn't like the dealership. There was actually a fan of our show in there, though. I got a photo with him. That was the only good part of the experience. True story. True story. Yeah. But car shopping, you just feel dirty afterwards, it's a bad experience. So, and that wasn't fun a few years ago. This year could get even trickier because there's a projected shortage of inventory.
There's no cars.
There's no cars out there, which is crazy. I see tons of them on the road, but apparently there's not any for sale. Edmunds goes the extra mile to make car buying easier by providing shoppers with honest car reviews, video test drives, online shopping tools, and the latest consumer advice. Before I do anything these days, I was buying on Amazon the other day washing up gloves, right, to do the dishes in, right?
Dish gloves?
Washing up gloves, right? Yeah. I read the reviews before
Latex
I bought
gloves,
them.
Yeah.
No, but see, you've got to make sure you get the right ones that don't get...
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is...
Please call them dogs.
What are your hands? But
Cats. My cats and my dogs.
Yeah,
now,
cat
before
gloves.
you make
I
any
gotcha.
purchase, you read the reviews, because that's the best way. You don't always have to trust the company because they're not going to say, oh, well, our product's this or that. So you let the people who have experienced it talk about it.
You're telling me you're reading reviews for
Rubber gloves.
Rubber glove. Wow.
On Amazon. I know.
people
It's
have
crazy.
way too much time.
I know. The Edmunds homepage has car rankings compiled by their review editors. From there, shoppers can pick top-ranked vehicles and do side-by-side comparison by clicking on the compare box. That's like NBA.com stats. You can do the same thing for Edmunds here. I wonder if Schumann, I wonder if they got their own Schumann there.
I bet they do.
Check out Edmunds' unbiased research, reviews, and industry expertise to help empower car shoppers to make the best decisions. Car shopping can be overwhelming, absolutely true. Edmunds is here to help. Visit edmunds.com and click on Edmunds' best car rankings to research and compare vehicles. That's EDMUNDS.com. Edmunds, we drive it like it is.
All right, back with No Dunks here in the Classic Factory, late on a Sunday night. Take a second if you're with us in the stream team, live on YouTube. Like the video. Hit that little thumbs up. Help your bros out. But let's get to winners and losers of the entire All-Star weekend. TK, get us started. We'll start Positive Pete's here. Who's your big winner?
Big winner, Karl Anthony Towns in the three-point contest. A huge final round, 29 points, the most ever in a final round. A little disappointing, though, Leigh. I think he missed his last 3 shots.
Oh, wow.
Could have set the all-time record for points, which I think is it 30?
31. 31.
30, yes, 31 for Steph Curry. But he missed the last 3. What can you do? He even took his time on that last one. Brick. What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do? At one point, he made 8 straight. Then he went back for the 4-point ball, missed that one. But then he made the next 2, so almost 10 straight.
That's why I hate
You
the Mountain
could
Dew
say
ball.
10 straight.
I've said that before. I hate that about that. Because we're probably never going to get the Craig Hodges run ever again.
Maybe not.
With the Dew ball.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think he did hit 4 straight at one point, Dew ball included, on his next one. He did like a cool little jump hop after he made it. He was feeling great. So nice shooting from him because, like you mentioned on the live stream last night, Tass, Karl Anthony Towns likes to claim he's the best 7-foot shooter of all time. You got to win a 3-point contest.
That helps.
At some point, if you're going to be the best 3-point shooting 7-footer of all time. So this is a nice step in that direction. So good stuff from Karl Anthony Towns. Good shooting. Good shooting he did.
There was a video going around as well. He was asking Steph for some tips about what to do. Yeah.
And they talked about, didn't Steph give him the tip of don't grab the first ball on the rack?
Grab the second one.
What's the reasoning behind that? Can you tell me?
I don't really know. I think it's
too much of a reach because a lot of the guys do it.
Yeah, but
you kind of have to reach up for the first ball. Well, you take the second one, it's a little closer, and the first one rolls back.
Yeah,
But
but
you can
set it up, however you want.
Further
there.
back.
But yeah, he was also talking to him about getting into that rhythm.
Yeah.
I was like, Larry taught me, I taught Steph, Steph taught Kat.
Oh, that's
Keep
the
passing
lineage.
it down.
That's
I mean, I'm
beautiful.
just saying that's how it all came together.
Yeah.
So,
That's beautiful. That you're
that's my second 3-point championship last night. I'm taking credit for.
It was beautiful. He had an ode to his mom who passed away 2 years ago, Jackie on the chain, because the NBA doesn't really like the chains, the classic MJ in the 80s, obviously, but Jackie, the script engraved on his chain for his mom who passed away early due to COVID-related and issues early in the pandemic, and then he had so many people that he knew who passed away.
That's right.
And then it was another script on his shoes today for his mama as well. So great weekend for Kat, and he got to bark at Shaq as well after hoisting the 3-point trophy. He said, "I told you I was gonna win, man." And Shaq's like, "That's my bad. That's my bad." Yeah, Shaq said, "Get in the paint. Shoot those threes in the paint, son." He's always telling Kat to get in the paint.
In the paint.
And of course, he was one of the predictions from Friday's show that you called.
Yeah, he would have been my 3rd choice, if I'm being quite
Okay, well,
honest.
thank you for being honest.
Levine, just because he was a Chicago Bull.
Yep.
I would have went Bane as my number 2. But then I like the fact that Cat doesn't jump when he shoots.
That's big.
That's huge. And when you're that big, it's easier to get it up there. It's just like, blam, blam, blam. It looks like a sloppy shot, but it needs money.
And I know it came up a little bit on last night's watch party, but I guess it was Reggie that was really running with this. What do you think about ending All-Star Saturday night with the 3-point contest instead of the dunk contest?
Yeah, no, I don't like that idea because, like, the 3-point contest, I like it. It hasn't really changed too much over the years. A little tweak here and there with the do ball and the money ball rack, but still, the dunk is for basketball the most artistic, creative, entertaining moment and highlight. Anyone around the world loves a big dunk because it's such an expression of that athlete's abilities and talents and power. There's grace, there's agility, there's all those sorts of things. That should be the showpiece still of a Saturday night.
Because the highs are higher, I think, as you said last night,
absolutely.
but unfortunately the lows could be quite low.
Yeah.
As they were last night with the dunk contest. We'll get to that, I'm sure. And Kat, I mean, well, do you really think he's the greatest 7-footer?
No, of course not. But he won the 3-point contest.
But it's not far-fetched. I mean, he's still early in his career. The guy is like a 40% career 3-point shooter. He has to do it in playoffs. I get all that. He has to have big shots and game winners and big moments like Dirk, who I assume you think is.
well, I don't even think Karl
it's-
Anthony Towns is number 2.
Who would you have number 2?
Brad Miller is number 2.
Brad Miller? Okay.
So once he can get to that level, once he can get to Miller, then maybe he can start talking about Dirk.
I'm just looking up Brad Miller.
No, it's not even going to be close to 40%.
Yeah, 33%.
Percentages don't matter, right, Leigh? What's Larry Bird's career 3-point percentage?
Yeah, he's probably 34, 35.
Exactly.
How many three-pointers
tops.
do you think Brad Miller hit in his career, just regular season? Just out of curiosity. I'm just playing a game here.
I bet he hit 500.
Oh, no, I don't think that many. I would say 230.
201. Yeah, 201, 610 attempts. There you
Yeah.
go.
It's a different game.
It's a different game. We love Brad Miller. But I'm just saying Towns it's pretty amazing that he's stringing together 40% 3-point
He's a good
seasons
shooter.
here.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, he just had one great year.
Yeah,
so far.
but
he's
he's got
amazing.
nowhere near the sort of resume and achievements of Dirk. I mean, no one's putting him ahead of Dirk. So
Okay. Well, let's keep going here. Who's up next for their winner of the weekend? Is it me?
Yes.
It's me.
Rising Stars.
I lost
I'll
my
give it to you.
I lost my tab there. I didn't know where it went.
Yeah.
I had too many tabs
Too many
open.
tabs.
I was looking at
TMT.
Jeff Hamilton's site. Go to jeffhamiltonusa.com. Check out his cool jackets that he makes for everybody.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Good
nice.
for him. Nice plug for him.
How much do you think those cost? He made a pretty penny,
Pure
I'll tell
leather?
you, on this weekend.
All leather?
Priceless, dog.
Okay, my winner, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I think the Rising Stars new format was a winner.
I can't believe you're saying it either.
Because I usually avoid it like the plague. I never watch it, the Rising Stars. I'll catch the highlights. I'll see the 5 great dunks and a cool pass, and that'll be great. It'll take me 6 minutes on the NBA YouTube page. I watched the entire thing. I loved it. We talked about it last night, but it's perfect. The target scores, the short games. I think, Trey, you said it. We have 2 teams play. That game ends, and then you're like, oh, cool. 14 other young players in the
Totally
league.
different game.
And you're just like, you perk up a little bit, like, oh, okay, this game has this player in it. Okay, that'll be exciting. And, it was close. Most of the games came down to the wire. They ended on free throws, which sucked.
Yes.
Besides the one game, I guess Tate had that sweet finish in the second game. But it's a keeper. I don't mind switching up the teams, too, with the Rooks and the Sauce and even the G League guys. I like it. Sounds like everybody was on board with it, at least compared to years prior, right?
Elam ending heals all.
But is it an Elam ending? I'm kidding.
It's a target score, whatever you want to call it. But they gave us 3 target scores in one evening rather than 4 quarters of basketball where you tune out.
Yes.
Frankly, you tune out. So that's just smart technique.
It's here to stay, you think?
And the different lineups, like you said, that plays a factor. It's like, oh, this is fresh.
They've tweaked it with the internationals versus the United States before. Good. Now they're trying something else. Now they're trying something with the ending. The key is to keep people engaged because people need to think there's something could happen at the end rather than just like, well, it's a 20-point game. Who cares? No one's they're not going to come back. Or if they do, it's going to be crap. This way keeps people ideally engaged. And again, this could be Adam Silver just tinkering with some ideas here.
You might try this.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the big picture is here. He's like, okay, let's see what this is. See how the reaction is. See how this works as a format. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the perfect place for him to try it anyway.
Yeah. It was weird watching a game where there was no timer. I mean, there was the shot clock, but like the bug had no timer. It was just like
Just numbers.
You just got to get used to it. You're like, oh, yeah. I mean, it happens here in the fourth quarter with the Elam ending, but they put up the whole like, this is the final score they got to hit and stuff like that. Just looked like a bare bug.
Just a bare
During the
bug.
Raptors.
You like
There
seeing
wasn't a
that
lot
ticking
going on.
clock.
Yeah.
Just
You
like a
just get
pickup
used to
game.
it.
Just like a pickup game.
Yeah.
We're playing to 30.
Yeah.
That's what they should go to. 25 or 30. 50, too long. 25 is perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So Rising Stars, loved it. I like the 4 teams. I like the different colors of the
Love
jerseys.
the Clorox challenge. You love those clutch shots. You loved it.
Yeah, that's
I wasn't as high on that.
You loved it.
Don't really even need it. I don't see why. I mean, we're playing an exhibition game.
Nah.
It's not the biggest disadvantage in the world for the team that played in the second game and won to turn it around and go again. I think they'll be okay.
Just change the free throws to end the target score, to end the game.
We
you
said
can't-
that
you
last
can't,
night. You
yeah.
can't end on a free throw. So I think you either get 1 or 2 fouls to use, like you would in like sort of like
Right.
2 fouls in the final 2 minutes of a game or whatever. But then you can't just keep fouling.
Yeah.
I think there has to be a penalty, and to me, it would just be taking away points from your team.
Yes, that's the best
So the
way
game
to do
doesn't
it.
end.
Exactly, yeah.
You punish
Yeah.
you fouling,
Okay.
and now you're down even more.
yeah,
So you don't want to
exactly.
foul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leigh.
Yeah.
Who you got for a winner of the weekend?
Well, we were talking about the 75th anniversary celebration and whether or not, someone should use the common sort of theme to introduce people and the players.
Yeah.
And we had a bit of fun with that the other day, Friday, I think it was.
Yep.
But this morning, Ernie Johnson opened the 22nd Annual NBA Legends Award with a poem, and we have a little bit of a clip of it right here.
Kareem, Jerry West, the Chuckster and Mello, Nate Archibald, quite a diminutive fellow. Ayres and Barry and Bing, Elgin Baylor. How'd you like to have been Wilt Chamberlain's Taylor? McAdoo, Jason Kidd, Hal Greer and Curry, only 62 left. I will get there, don't worry. There's Kuzi and Sharman and Mikan and Zeke, the Iceman, the Doctor, and of course the Greek Freak. The Chief and the Dream and the Worm and the Glove. There are 51 names left to join the above. The Admiral, the Answer, Pistol Pete, the Big O. Walton and Cowan's the best redheads we know.
Pretty good stuff.
This is amazing.
Yeah,
That was just
really
a taste of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, obviously. You just stopped there.
It's across, it's across all the socials there, but Ernie nailed it. And I remember his book. He gave us all a copy of his book.
Mm-hmm.
And at the start of each season, he used to have to pitch like to the TV, to the league about games and things like that. And he used to write a poem.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that was right up his in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, that felt natural to
Yeah.
Ernie.
Yeah.
Didn't take him long. He's just a natural, you're saying.
Yeah,
just writes
probably.
bars.
Yeah.
I sort of agree.
I mean, yeah, he drops bars on TNT every couple months.
Ernie, Turner, NBA, if you're listening, make that into a book and sell it for like charity or something like that. Just make it like to a fun like kids book or something. You could do something with that.
Mm-hmm.
Get a cool
Illustrator. Get
Illustrator,
an illustrator.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
But
He
it
is
was
for
great.
Baller. That was a book I bought once.
Yeah,
For children.
It's sort of like that, but
got that, yeah.
it's got the poem element to it. Okay, so that was your big winner.
Yes.
It's a good one. It's everywhere too. That went viral. You have to admit, it was like our show last night going viral.
Oh yeah.
Tass, what you got for winner of the weekend?
Well, sticking on the inside the NBA, Shaq, great little speech from the heart for
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal, just being honored amongst the top 75, just being, he was in the top 50, and all the legends that taught him the game. So I thought that was great.
It was cool.
You can find that on all the socials. Very, very, very good moment. On the court, quickly, Evan Mobley, I thought, because of all the heck, there was a lot going on Saturday night, but Evan Mobley, he was great. He was great shooting the basketball. I think his first 6 shots in the skills challenge, he was 7 of 9. Then he iced it at the end there. I know it's a skills challenge, but he was great. 7 of 9. He did the Chris Bosh thing, as we said during the live broadcast. He iced it from midcourt. If shooting stars mattered a little bit more, he would have solidified Rookie of the Year last night. I mean, I know it's going crazy.
Somebody said the Cavaliers didn't lose anything this weekend. Didn't lose a single event they were in.
He was my
which makes-
7 of 9. He's a 7-footer. He could have a bigger role on that Cavs team.
Because of the
he's
skills
already
challenge.
good. Yeah, that just proves everything, does it not? But he's so freaking talented.
I realized
we're just scraping the surface with that guy.
Do you remember when I tweeted last night during our watch party? I talked it out with you guys. I said, I'm tweeting Evan Mobley is the new Chris Bosh after he hit the half-court shot.
I mean, Trey said it.
Yeah.
As soon as he hit it.
Yeah, and I said, I'm tweeting it. It's great. I just realized how many people don't know that Chris Bosh was the master of hitting the half-court
maybe
shot.
not.
Do you know how many
Gotta be a
comments I
Generation
got?
One
Like,
tweeter.
well, he's a what? He's already a better dribbler. He's already a better defender. Like, it's like, oh, you don't realize you're not a sicko like us. You don't know that Chris Bosh was the man at hitting half-court shots. I get it.
It's a problem with Twitter. Sometimes you
know.
you don't want to have to go through and explain.
Exactly. What am I going to
reasoning.
tweet? Oh, Evan Mobley is the new Chris Bosh because he only hits half-court shots.
Okay,
at all.
but there's so many comparisons.
Come
There's
on,
been
wake
comparisons
up.
over the
Follow
last
the
few
league.
months. He's long, he's skinny, he wears number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of comparisons.
Well, that's what people. Yeah.
But I think he's more advanced skills-wise, offensively and defensively, than Chris Bosh
Yes.
in his rookie season.
Yes. But it's the
Anyways.
timing of the tweet. He hits a half-court shot in a challenge. You know.
Yeah.
Man, I had that tab open for all night, just watching the
You
interaction.
were looking at my replies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Jarrett Allen actually is a bigger winner than Evan Mobley. No offense. No offense to you.
I'm not
What?
taking.
Explain,
Not taking.
explain.
No offense to you. He was the biggest meme superstar of All-Star Weekend for dressing like a straight-up college student.
Yeah.
And being okay with dressing like a college student. He was also a part of that victorious Cavaliers
Yeah.
team.
Yep.
I think his profile was raised over the weekend, probably more so than any other unknown player at All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
And largely because he dresses.
Because he wore like an
basic.
H&M
Yeah.
hooded T-shirt to All-Star Weekend, and everybody else is like wearing designer clothes.
Not even just like
No.
the shirt and the pants, which were very generic.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Yeah, like
everybody wears the best shoes at All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody. But not him.
No,
He
he
had,
was wearing
what
like
was
a pair
even-
of like black Vans, maybe.
Yeah, just Keeping it simple.
And he was asked about it. He said, "What am I supposed to wear? A $5,000 chain?"
Yeah.
I
buddy.
like how he picked $5,000.
If there's one time to do it,
No, it's
maybe
like,
the 75th
it's smart
anniversary.
though, like you're saying. Lean, like swerve. Like everybody else is doing
That's true.
that.
That's a
and
good
he's
point.
like, I'm going to be the opposite.
The
and it's gonna
normcore
get me attention.
superstar.
Yeah. So it worked for him. But who else you got?
Well, I think every GM in the league is a winner because they have a legitimate shot at getting LeBron James and his son, Bronny James. It's true. LeBron James came out and said, "I will do anything to play with my son." And he's not lying. He can say what he wants. He actually means it. I mean, we've all sort of thought that before,
Yeah.
but now, yeah, he emphatically said it. And
He once
he'll play
told us he was going to go in the dunk contest too.
that's
so.
true, but this is different.
I agree.
He said that he would play for any team, and he means it. He praised Sam Presti. He was asked about Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
And he said, Josh Giddey's good, but the real MVP over there, it's Sam Presti. That guy drafts like nobody's business. Then he started naming Durant, Westbrook, Jeff Green, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson were the 5 names, plus Josh Giddey. So maybe he's planting a seed there because
He's
he
like
knows
the Thunder are going to be bad in a couple
well,
years
he knows
still.
Sam Presti's got 1 billion draft picks. You take Bronny with 1, you get me too. Because he's saying when Bronny is eligible in 2024,
Right.
that his contract's done in 2023, then he's got a purgatory year there where he isn't signed. But then in 2024, he'll join anywhere. Now, people asking, is Bronny James that good? Well, that's a fair question, but I think the question to ask is he good enough to come out after 1 year? That would just be
Right,
1 year
right.
of college eligibility. So it's not will he make the league? This is will he make the league after 1 year? But Bron is smart. He's planting the seed. Draft the guy. I'll be there. Because
It is really crazy. when
how
you think
far-
about it.
Big time winner of the weekend for Bronny James. He's
Yeah.
going in the first round.
Yeah.
Now
He's getting
guaranteed in
drafted.
2024.
Exactly.
Guaranteed he is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he's good enough. He's going after 1 year.
Yeah, because you get LeBron for 1 year, and that would be year 22 for him, and he's still obviously producing. And it's legit. I think he would go anywhere. I know it sounds crazy, and obviously there was the Cleveland connection. He said, "I'm not closing the door on that either."
Oh yeah,
in
he
that
talked
interview.
up Kobe Altman too.
He's ready to play for any team that's not the Lakers.
Yes, because then there's
He's ready
then there's
right now.
that side with the whole Lakers situation. How bad is that? Westbrook not at the game.
Yeah.
And yes, and a fellow clutch man and John Wall not coming. And if that deal was on the table, ESPN reporting that Christian Wood on the table along with John Wall for Westbrook and the 2027 pick plus Taylor Horton-Tucker, I would be upset if I was LeBron James as well, because that would be a good young player. It's not like David Griffin just emptying the cupboard for the here and the now for Iman Shumpert or guys that are, maybe don't have a future in this league, beyond the dynasty that the Cavs had. But Christian Wood is a good young player.
They're not winning a title trading for Christian Wood. I think that's a bad move for the Lakers. Like, if they're any team besides the Lakers to trade away the 2027 first round pick for Christian Wood now, that's a bad move. But they have LeBron, so they should have done it.
Yeah.
It would have been fascinating if it was
It's only
the
a good
20
move for a LeBron team.
It would have been fascinating if it was the 2024 pick.
yeah, that'd be
With his
awesome.
son possibly
Yeah.
coming
Right.
into the league around there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's looking at the Lakers like, you guys don't have a 2024 pick? Well, definitely not staying here.
Probably.
Unless you go trade for one. Trade for picks.
Bronny jumped up in some draft boards. I mean, I think if you're sitting around and you're the Kings and you say, well, why the heck not? What are we doing here? We're not hitting home runs with our picks anyways.
That's it. LeBron's like, all right, I'm going anywhere except the Kings.
But you 100%, I assume, believe that this will happen, that Bronny will be in the league and LeBron will be on the team with him. Same team.
I expect so, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly where that is, who knows. But rough old weekend for Rob Pelinka with LeBron showering other GMs with so much love. And people were saying that LeBron was making a pretty clear message there that he wasn't happy with what the job they've done there. I agree. I don't think that Rob Pelinka's done a good job, but some of that's on LeBron, though, too, because those guys aren't getting signed without him saying, yep, sign that guy.
Do you think LeBron's going to go back and play for Cleveland for a third time? Like, if you're a betting man,
Yeah, I do. I actually do think
because they're also like good.
Mm-hmm. He
Like,
sees,
you know,
he
they're
sees
on the-
another championship. He's like, interesting. I could go there pretty easily.
Yeah.
That would be fascinating if he was
Play-
to end his career in Cleveland after everything that has gone on. But
Play for the minimum.
Yeah, like after his contract. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
He's only signed through next year with LA. I mean, the articles are ramping up for this offseason what the Lakers do.
Right.
This offseason.
You want to hear the new cool conspiracy theory? There's a great NBA tweet out here. It's across all the socials. Michael Jordan, LeBron James hugging, celebrating at the top 75. It's like a 20-second long clip with a clear edit in the middle. What are they talking about? Because at the end, Michael Jordan says, I know you'll get there. I know you'll get there.
Oh, boy.
You know what he's probably saying? I bet you'd be the last person introduced if you had 6 titles. I'm sure you'll get there. I'm sure you'll get there, buddy. What's in the footage?
Ooh, this is
We
like,
gotta see
this
that
is like
footage.
that footage that got erased after he got dunked on.
Exactly
Who
right.
dunked on him? I can't remember.
Jordan Crawford.
That's it.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. I had Crawford on the tongue, but I couldn't
Nike
think of his
can't,
first name.
yeah.
All right, well, let's get to... I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot more about this whole LeBron situation with the Lakers and this Bronny Jr. moving
Where
forward.
was Westbrook?
Let's go to...
Westbrook could be great this next couple months, though. Okay,
Oh,
see you
where
later.
was...
Go ahead. Yeah,
Westbrook,
where-
he's resting. I mean,
resting.
yeah. He probably has a vacation. I'm convinced, like, Steve
Yeah.
Nash is like, I'm going on vacation. I don't want to be
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Steve Nash.
I'm not saying it's
sure.
right. I think it's a little weird that you're being celebrated for one of the greatest players of all time. Do what MJ did and just show up.
Just
for
show up at the
today.
last second.
Yeah.
I mean, current players, it's different than, to me, it's different than retired players. I mean, everybody who could get there should be there, I think. But
Yeah, that's what I think.
a current player, in his, not prime. But anyway, see you later.
Losers. Well, let's start with the big one. Trey.
That's the dunk contest. Is the loser of the weekend. We all left here last night. So sad. We come from a place of love, I feel like. I mean, like, if I were listing my favorite events I've ever seen live, number 1, Game 7, 2016 Finals. Duh. Number 2, though, is Aaron Gordon versus Zach LaVine, 2016 dunk contest in Toronto.
yeah.
I feel super blessed to have been in the building to actually see that happen because
Yep.
it's such a lightning in the bottle thing to witness a dunk contest like that. This was the complete opposite last night.
Yep.
That was the worst dunk contest that I can remember.
Ever.
I mean, maybe so. I watched.
There's some bad ones. I mean,
I watched the last 10 dunk contests today and last night. This one is worse than those.
yeah.
I mean, maybe there's some further back
there's
on.
some brutal ones in the 90s. No doubt, but this is...
No
I'm
doubt.
with you. I'm with you.
Like when it's all edited, Obi Toppin's fine. Like his dunks
Oh,
to
no,
me,
he brought it.
he brought it comparatively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you look at his dunk package, you have all the edited ones missed out. It looks like a nice second place dunk finisher.
Yeah.
Juan Toscano-Anderson looks like a nice third place dunk finisher.
Yeah, and in fairness to him, if he was bounced in the first round, it would have been fine.
Exactly.
You know, he shouldn't have been in the finals.
Either of those guys could have been left behind.
If Jalen
Either of
Green
those guys
showed
could
up,
have been left
if
behind.
Jalen Green showed up, if Jalen Green practiced, that's my concern, is that his passer didn't seem like they practiced.
They're teammates, though.
But they didn't know what they were doing.
It's bad.
It didn't
I
look
mean,
like-
we got off to a rough start with the Tims.
If it was Jalen Green and Obi Toppin in the end, it would have been okay. If Cole Anthony and Juan Toscano-Anderson, if we saw Timberlands and we saw Juan Toscano-Anderson's the heritage moment to Mexico and then
Jumped over Wiggins. That one was fine.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah.
Those 2 dunks, in fairness to him, he shouldn't have had dunks 3 and 4 if Jalen Green...
That's actually kind of what it felt like. It felt like Juan Toscano-Anderson's like, there's no way I'm going to the finals.
Yeah.
I don't need 4 dunks.
Yeah.
And then he tried a Jason Richardson tribute dunk. He jumped off
God.
1 foot.
Yeah, it was-
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So how do we fix this?
There's a few
I
ways.
think there's... we were talking on...
If you're a
on Twitter.
first-time All-Star, you have to be in a contest, either the dunk contest or a 3-point contest. So like this year, LaMelo Ball, you're going into the 3-point contest. John Morant, you're in the dunk contest. It's called All-Star
Andrew
Weekend.
Wiggins as well.
I 100% agree with this. I don't even think it's unreasonable.
Number 2, put a clause in every NBA player's contract. If you win the dunk contest, you win $1 million. That's an incentive right there.
Sure.
Put it in the contracts, standard language. How about this? If you're in the first round, in the first 5 years of your career, we can ask you to be in any contest. You can't say no.
Okay. I would massage that a little bit, but I like the idea.
These are just some ideas.
Yeah.
Also, we're retiring jumping over people.
You're done with it.
Too many times. We've seen it so many times in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
I think like 3/4 of the dunks in Chicago, the 2020 dunk contest, were jumping over people to the point where Aaron Gordon was like, got to find the tallest guy here. It's Taco Fall. Bring him out. I'll jump over him. He jumped over him. He didn't even win.
Yeah.
It's so boring now to see people jumping over each other. Because it's like, okay, you jump over a guy and go between the legs. That's one dunk. You jump over a guy, go behind the back. That's a different dunk. They're really the same dunk. That's jumping over a guy. That's one dunk. So like Obi Toppin did 4 dunks. He really did 2 dunks last night. That's got to change. The star power's got to change.
The star power changes if you implement what we just said, or I was tweeting about in your time.
Here's the other thing. This is the biggest point to me.
If you're in the All-Star game, you got to go in it.
At this point, it's completely flipped. A lot of people say there's too much to lose if you go in a dunk contest, and I think that's completely made up. Michael Jordan lost his first dunk contest he was in.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan won an MVP, went in the dunk contest and lost. Giannis Antetokounmpo lost in a dunk contest to Mason Plumlee.
Yeah.
People don't even remember he was in it.
Yeah.
At this point, you have more to gain by going in the dunk contest and looking awesome.
Preach!
You have so much. Like, if you go in it and you do bad, guess what? Everybody does bad. Jalen Green, he's a laughing stock right now because he came out with a chain, took the chain off, did a dunk, kind of, and then put the chain back on. Like, what was the point of that? But guess what? If he has another 15 years career where he's averaging 25 points per game, we'll just have a laugh. He was bad in his rookie year dunk contest. No one cares. Go in it, be a hero, and then put your name on the map.
What do you think about instead of 4 guys then? Because we're always saying to make a good dunk contest, we need at least 2 guys that are dunking well that night, so we get the battle of some sort. Why not have more dunkers? Which I know is counterintuitive because we're like, we can't even get guys to go in it. But if it were the case where, John Morant, you're an all-star, guess what? You're in the dunk contest. Zion, when you were an all-star, I mean, you're in it or whatever. These other guys. Why not put like at least 6 dunkers, maybe even want to go back to 8, just to try to find that little like lightning in a bottle.
Sure.
Of like 2 or 3 guys. The rest, who cares? That happens every dunk contest.
Yep.
There's the JTAs. Like, and there's no offense to him. And I want to make this very clear. Like, respect to these guys that went in it. Because a lot of guys said no. And that's just the honest truth. Because they're afraid. Oh, what, I have everything to lose, nothing to gain, all that. So the guys that went in it, were clowning on them for their dunks. But at least they went in it. And that, that is something. I would increase it to 6 or 8 dunkers with these rules that you're saying of like, hey, if you're a first-time All-Star or like whatever, you want to make it 2 or 3 years in the league and you haven't gone in it yet, and you're at All-Star Weekend because you were selected from the fans or coaches, then you got to give back a little bit.
Absolutely.
It's like a little bit of like, hey, you're in the game, but you got to do this too. And you got to give it a go. That's all we're asking for. Give it a go.
Andrew Wiggins is the same. He should be made to go in the dunk contest because they wanted him in it, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not." Well, you're in the All-Star game. Okay, you have to actually go in it now.
I think that's reasonable.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I think with your point there about more dunkers, I'm okay with more dunkers, but I would almost make it more like the 3-point shootout where you just get 1 dunk.
Yeah.
Right? Because then there's more emphasis on, say 3 guys go to the final out of 8. Then you're like, all right, I've got to bring it here.
Yeah, sure. Do what they do in the 3-point contest. That's a good point.
And then maybe make more decimals in the scoring so it's not, because it's a little hard to separate. There'd be tons of 48s and 47s. But I think there's something there to be to the guys like, bring your best dunk at the start and then you maybe go through to a final round or whatever, rather than maybe some guys are saving dunks or whatever.
I mean, think they were saving dunks last night.
No, but the problem is as well, they missed the dunk as well, and the flatness, you could just feel it.
And then I would add that if you go back to the 8 dunkers, you get like literally 3 tries at your dunk. And a try means, sorry, your guy can't throw the fucking ball off the side of the backboard, or you botched it, whatever.
Well, that's
it either hits the rim or you don't do anything. That's it. Sit down. It's done. It doesn't matter. Just keep it going.
And that's it.
All right,
if you've got 8, then you've got a few guys you can be like, well, you had your chance and you blew it. So
that's
you're
what I
out.
mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But anyway.
Yeah.
Small suggestions here. It was bad. And it was maybe the worst in the last 10 years. You're probably right.
It's become too much about difficulty rather than artistry. I feel like everybody is trying on their very first dunk to do something nobody's ever seen before, which is cool if you can make it on your first try. But you're also doing a high degree of difficulty dunk that's like the chances of you actually hitting it are way lower.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you come out, you miss the first one, and then all of buzz is completely gone. I feel like they should be focusing on dunks that are very good, that a dunk that's like a 9 difficulty-wise, but you make a 10 with the way you put your flair into it.
Right.
You sell it with the way your legs are split out or the way you're extending your arms or something like that.
Power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, bring the art back to it, not the science, because the science ain't working.
I feel like, the whole thing, like there's more to lose than there is to gain. I think that changes a little bit because we have seen a lot of memes, like Chris Anderson missing $1 billion and Daryl Armstrong laying it up. But it changes when you have 3 attempts and you just miss, and then you just go sit down. Like, it's not that bad. I think it does.
You gave it a go.
Those
you tried something.
Those are 20-year-old dunk contests you're mentioning.
Yeah, it was the late
Trey said
2000s, the Birdman. I mean, there's been some. Yeah, I think the misses. I think that removal of all the misses is the big thing.
Exactly, which is why when you go back and watch this on YouTube, just the hits. It's not that bad. I mean, if you watched it this morning, you said
exactly.
You did. It's not as bad as it was last night, where it took 7 to 25 in the first round. Yeah,
exactly. If they came out and they did the dunks that they knew they could do, and they're like, okay, I probably am not going to get a 50 on this. Maybe I'll get a 47. I would rather see 47s.
Right.
Do 3 straight 47s, then you save your 50 for the end. Try something crazy.
Yeah.
None of us try your first dunk. That should not be your best dunk. I understand why people do it. They don't want to save anything. Save something. That's what I'm saying. Save something. We want to see the made dunks building up to the climax.
Yeah.
Just be able to dunk.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's the big part.
Do a dunk you know you can do.
Yeah.
Lots of and also this.
Yeah, keep going.
I never want to see a player wearing another player's jersey.
Yes.
Or changing clothes.
No Timberlands.
Because when I see you put on another player's jersey, you're telling me I don't have my own idea for a dunk. Fair enough. Number 2, I know it's not going to be as good as the original person who did it. How many people have wore Vince Carter's jersey to do a reverse 360 windmill? Ain't nobody do it like Vince.
No.
Yeah. It's good Juan Toscano Anderson.
So don't put the
Carter on.
He put Jason Richardson on.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're like instantly inviting comparisons to the historically
unless you can do it
dunk.
better, which by the way you probably can't.
You
then
can't.
don't put it on. Yeah.
But Donovan Mitch put on the Griffith one, right?
He put on 2 different jerseys in that dunk contest.
Griffith.
Yeah, put on if you put on like a Daryl Griffith, like somebody that's forgotten to NBA history, I'm okay.
He put on a Daryl Griffith jersey, tried a Karl Malone dunk, and then had to go for another third dunk that he couldn't do.
And he won.
He was actually all right.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest names who've been in the dunk contest recently. Probably the most recent All-Star to win it. He is.
Donovan.
Yeah. John Wall was a weird one before him.
3 of them won it, didn't they?
Damian Lillard,
Lillard was in that same team.
Yeah.
Does that feel good? Get that off your chest.
I've been thinking about it all day, buddy.
Yeah. Good.
That's why you had to get home
Cathartic.
and fly through that stop sign. You had to watch
I love the dunk contest. The dunk contest to me is one of the 5 coolest things that happens every year in the NBA. I don't know what the other 4 are, but you can put it on there, guaranteed.
I would say.
So when it doesn't live up
this
to the
show, Friday show. What's our worst show? What would we say our worst show? Yeah.
So
Monday's great because it's winter. Well, he said 5 great things.
He's saying year. He said year.
Well, yeah. I'm saying
tent poles.
The dunk contest, and then our Friday drop podcast, our Monday weekend winners and losers, and then probably Thursday's show because there's a lot of games on Wednesday night. What's our worst show? Tuesday or Wednesday? Be honest.
Monday, for sure.
But Monday you got winners and losers. You got a lot to recap.
Yes, exactly. You got a lot to recap.
Too much. Okay.
Yeah. Do we really hit it?
Anyway, I don't know why. I thought that it made more sense in my head.
Sorry,
it's
man.
getting very late.
I didn't yes and.
I know. It's
Monday.
Yeah.
It's actually Monday.
Yeah.
Good morning, sweet world. We're still talking about the dunk contest. I love it. I love all those ideas. And it has to be passed on, like you're saying. You're not losing anything going in this, John Morant. You're really not.
Yeah, that has to be translated to the players. There is a desire from younger players. Obviously, it's definitely gone towards younger players. So I think it's not. I don't think it's asking a lot to mandate it, put it in a contract for young players, just young players. Not the oldies. Andrew Wiggins, it's fine. He's done.
Yeah, I know.
It's
But
8 years. It's 8 years into his career. The guy's tried, but every guy you see in the dunk contest is in his first, second, or third year, and so I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to ask those dudes to just lace them up on Saturday. It's part of the game.
Next year, if Anthony Edwards comes out and tells the world, vote me into the All-Star game, I'm going in the dunk contest, it's going to help his chances getting more votes. That's just a fact.
People
be like,
he asked this year?
I would assume so. Now, I know he's injured now, so there's that way, but I from what I could tell, he was asked and he said no.
Yeah, he would be good.
But then some people say, well, I'm not going to do it because I'm not an All-Star. But then when you're an All-Star, some people don't do it. It's like, come on. Anyway, Leigh, who do you have for loser of the weekend? That is what
really.
How do we even follow that up?
I know.
All right, 2 more suggestions. The only new dunks I want to see, a flip or a 720. Honestly, do a 720. It's been too long.
Wiggins apparently can do it.
Oh,
Somebody in the NBA can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is. Somebody can do it. Because people were doing it on the And One mixtape tour 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So somebody in the NBA can do it.
imagine Wiggins did it in the game just to
he
troll everybody. No, I'm just going to sort of, off that.
Little piggyback.
Yeah, a little bit because, the All-Star Weekend should be a real showcase of the best of the NBA. The best athleticism from the players. There's the friendly rivalries are still there, but the people are all coming together to celebrate the game. And instead, it was the flattest ending to a night. It shouldn't be. This Saturday night needs to be awesome. And it hasn't been completely awesome for a long time, really, since Levine and Gordon, because they finished the crescendo of the night in an incredible battle, an incredible thing. And the NBA needs to figure out a way to try to get it back to that, because instead people are going into it like just going, this sucks, what's the point of the skills challenge? And then the dunk contest has been crap for years. It can't be like that. People have got to be excited again. So the NBA needs to try to do something about it.
It's tough. I mean, we're obviously trying to figure it out.
But otherwise, then what's
not
the
every
point?
year is going to be Zach LaVine versus
Right.
Gordon, and that's totally fine.
Right.
But
But
also,
then-
we can't have a dunk contest where it's ending. We're giving the guy the trophy that won, and you can see people in the background literally getting the hell out
Right,
of there.
so-
and there's no applause.
okay.
And everyone's like, "You won by default," sort of.
If it's not working, then put it at halftime of the All-Star game then. So then people are going to stick around.
To what? Force the All Stars to do it.
Maybe. I mean, there's no point in having an All-Star Saturday night that people just shit on like they did last night on Twitter. Just humiliating for the NBA to be like, who are these guys? None of them could dunk. It was a crap ending to the night. 3-point shootout was fine. There were a lot of All-Stars in
it's
that.
always fine.
But that's it. And that's why, like you're saying earlier, that can't be the ending for the night because that's never going to be as exciting as a Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon battle. And again, I know
But it would have been more exciting last night.
yeah,
arguably.
but you can't assume that. You have to assume that the dunk is going to be the best thing because that's what people love seeing. Okay. And so I think there needs to be a talk with the Players Association and say, we need Ja Morant in it. We need Andrew Wiggins. You've been voted by the fans. The fans want to see you play. You weren't worthy of that spot based on merit of playing the game. The fans voted you in because they want to see you. So you give them a little bit of something back. You only have to throw down 2 dunks, man.
You
Go for it.
You got to train for them.
I know, but
I'm kidding.
Come on.
I'm with you. I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's like, here is your ticket. I will give you this ticket to get into the All-Star game once you go in the dunk contest.
Exactly.
There you go.
You can't be like,
play.
well, I'm not doing that. But then you get voted in. You're like, well, all right, I'll play. No, go in the dunk contest.
Yeah, I go back and forth on whether it should be just part of Sunday night as well, because more likely if we're in the current era of just guys having to volunteer and say yes, then maybe you get some more in there.
That's true.
But Saturday night, yeah, it's a roller coaster, baby. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. Of all sports, I think it's still the best in terms of like the secondary night.
People care the most about it. That's for damn
NFL
sure.
Pro Bowl does not compare. Home Run Derby does not compare. Sometimes you get some fun at the NHL All-Star Game, but a Saturday night and the NBA, it's got some great highs. We just gotta somehow get a little closer to that.
Okay.
But there's too many lows. Too many lows, and I'm not talking Zach or Rob. Anyway,
Baseball, Rob Lowe.
yeah.
Was he a pitcher?
No, I'm talking Rob Lowe, the actor.
Oh yeah. Who am I thinking? Rob Dribble?
Rob Dibble?
Dibble.
You're dimpling.
Derek Lowe was a closer.
Oh, maybe I'm mixing the two. It's getting
Rod
late.
Beck.
Rod Beck. Yeah.
Beck.
I have an interesting
guy.
loser of the weekend. It's tough for me to say this out loud, but I'm going to. It's Toronto Raptors.
Why?
They had a rough one.
They did.
Rough one this weekend. Started on Friday morning. So excuse me, Leigh, you brought it up, and we had Scotty Barnes and Precious Achiuwa. They couldn't even get to Cleveland. Couldn't even fly there.
Yeah.
Eventually got there. Missed the whole media portion of the Rising Stars and all that earlier in the day.
They were devastated.
They were probably very upset with
They
that.
were winners of the week.
But then we had Scotty Barnes, of course, Raptors rookie, having a great season. Going to finish easily top 5 rookie of the year list, maybe top 3, who knows? He's in the Clorox Clutch Challenge, and first one, the inaugural one, and missed 4 5-footers? Is that where he was? I mean, they were close.
They were closies.
He's right there in the lane. That's the Magic Johnson hook shot, and he is missing it. he was missing it so many times that I actually was like, whoa, was this a sick strategy from Scotty Barnes and Maxey to, I'll keep missing so I get to keep rebounding and you just go around and you hit all the shots. At first I was like, this is a brilliant idea, but that's not what they were doing, because then Maxey subs in and he misses 2 from the same spot. They missed 6 shots from basically 5 feet away from the net, which is pretty amazing, being professional basketball players. Okay, so Scotty,
and he's the king of dinkers and dumpers too. That's
right.
the dump and dink spot.
That's
on
right.
The floor.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now I will say, kid takes it in stride. He's like, hey, we got people
Still
laughing.
smiling.
That's pretty good. And he had the fun little moment where he's hugging Maxey while they're getting introduced. I love that. But then Van Fleet, 3-point contest. He was my pick. Clanked his first
Didn't
shot
even
off the
finish,
side of the
yeah.
backboard. Don't think he finished.
Side of the
Had 16
backboard.
points, which must have been
That was
The lowest,
nasty.
I think.
was
yeah.
it the lowest? Okay, Freddie, tough for my guy. He's always betting on himself, but tough. We're not done. These stupid PJs they were wearing, and we're showing you Fred VanVleet here if you're joining us on YouTube. These were the worst, warm-up jackets of all the guys competing.
Yeah.
They look like pajamas.
It looks like jammies.
Yeah.
Where are the accents? Where's the little embroideries around the collar or the bottom or something?
And, really, Fred didn't do much in the All-Star game tonight. That's fine. Okay, what were you really expecting?
Year one.
But I think it was at Steven_LeBron, great tweeter. He just tweeted, nothing good ever happens for the Raptors in Cleveland. there's
I will
some
say
truth
this.
to that.
I will say this though. Fred VanVleet, he spoke out when Goran Dragic was traded away. He didn't play obviously all season, most of the season for the Raptors. Got traded away for Thaddeus Young at the deadline. He was asked about it. Fred said, "Oh, it's great. We got Thaddeus Young for a guy who's sitting at home." Mm-hmm. And then tonight, Fred VanVleet passed Goran Dragic in terms of all-time All-Star scoring because he had a 3-point bucket. Goran Dragic had only 2 points.
Wow, in your face, Dragon.
Yeah, so Chris Walder with
Your
that
face.
great tweet because everybody likes to stick it to Goran Dragic
Okay.
for not being a Raptor,
Okay.
and Fred definitely does. So he'd be happy if somebody told him that.
It's just a rough weekend for the Raps in Cleveland where nothing good ever happens. It's true.
Yeah, maybe they were better off not going at all then.
That's right. It was bad weather in Toronto.
Yeah.
Precious hit a good
and Cleveland.
shot.
Precious actually played well in the Rising Stars game. I should have said that. Good. Way to counter me.
Yeah,
Way to keep me in
I
check
think I
here.
watched that. I think I watched him do
Yeah,
that.
you watched that. He did. He had a good game.
That should be a strategy going forward. Oh, bad weather. Don't
Can't make it.
think we're gonna make it there for media. So we
We'll
might
try and
make
get
it
there,
right
yeah.
in time. We might. We just might. I don't know.
It's a good
I think
point.
you're gonna be hearing that a lot.
Taz, take us home. Final loser of the All-Star weekend.
Well, quickly on Luka. Before I get to my actual loser of the weekend, Luka Doncic, I saw in some clip, I think it was for the photos today they took with their teams, Giannis Antetokounmpo was giving him the business. He was saying, "You're 2 hours late. You were 2 hours late." So, and he wasn't joking. Luka was 2 hours late for something. So come on. And then in the game, he looked slow. Didn't look like Luka really wanted to. He was just kind of hanging out. He was just kind of going through the motions. Maybe
Yeah.
he's still young and having fun on Saturday
He's
night.
just James Harden.
Yeah, some people
The
don't give a
James
shit.
Harden remix in
Yeah.
all ways.
Which is
Yeah.
Fine.
So far, so yes. But in the playoffs,
In the playoffs.
a little different. He turns it on when he wants. All-Star Sunday, not. Anyways, the Chris Paul thing. Just back to the Chris Paul thing. He out for 6 to 8 weeks, broken thumb, which he talked about yesterday, and he also said that his hand specialist is now part of the family because he's had 4 surgeries. This is going to be number 5 on his hand and wrist. Yeah, he said that yesterday. Kind of went under the radar at media day. But then today it came out he has to have surgery, so 6 to 8 weeks. So he will be back right before the playoffs. And
maybe. 6 to 8 weeks they
It's
said
like-
to reassess it. They weren't like he's
Yeah.
back. Hopefully.
he's playing in the All-Star game with it, which
I
is
know.
really strange, but it has to heal for him to come back. I'm not so worried, though. They have a 6.5 game lead on the Warriors. The Warriors have 7 more losses with 22 games to play. They're not catching them. Doesn't matter if Chris Paul's there or not. Maybe this is good for Devin Booker to be in these situations without Chris Paul at the end of games for a little 20-game stretch where if Chris Paul could get injured again, or having a bad game where he's in foul trouble or something, Devin Booker has to be point guard for a little bit more. I think it's not bad. The second thing is Chris Paul is getting injured now instead of the playoffs, so that's good.
Yeah.
And the third thing, I mean, they went and got Aaron Holiday at the deadline. Like, they have depth, and I don't think it's going to hurt them. I mean, it'd be nice to, he's old, so rest the legs. I think they'll be fine. They have so much talent. They're going to get the 1 seed as long as he's back, obviously.
I would add to that, it's going to help Devin Booker's MVP case, possibly. If he balls out here for 5 to 6 weeks in a row, he's already in top 10. But the problem is they like cannibalize each other, him and Chris Paul. And it's like, well, okay. None of them are at the table, at the MVP table right now. There's too many guys. We said Luka joined it for crying out loud, with his run recently.
Yeah.
But Booker might pull up a seat. I could see it.
He could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But it sucks.
Yeah.
Something always happens to Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Always. But you are right. Better to happen now than, in the playoffs.
Yeah, so the playoffs are 8 weeks away. What are we going to do for 8 weeks?
This.
Bangers.
Let's get to tweet of the night.
Tweet of the night. Wow.
We got a couple tweets, and I know we got to get out of here. You actually are pretty spry, I got to say, for 12:30 in the
All-Star
morning.
weekend, man. I get
But
up.
last night you were pretty tired. It's because you had that pizza party the night before.
No. I was fine.
You were tired last night, I could tell.
Just freaking say it.
I started falling asleep. You were tired. You were
Like the most tired I've ever been in my whole life.
Fucking tired. You were way out of it last night. Sorry. 2 tweets related. First one, the Dan Le Batard show cut together the clips of honorees not in attendance for the top 75 celebration. We were talking about that, and they added the perfect music. Have a watch.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page.
I do love the idea of somebody standing to the side saying, "Yeah, just look around."
Yeah.
Like, look up.
You're on the jumbotron.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you're gonna be saluting everybody around you.
Yeah. Scotty went with the very British sort of queen.
He's lost some dexterity in that wrist or what?
Hey, you down there.
He's looking at people, I
Look
think.
at that pinky on Willis, eh?
Wow.
Does that work, you think?
Couldn't
There's Steve.
Yeah, a lot of headroom.
It looks like he's in
you
college.
give him like an apple box to stand on?
Or lower the camera, maybe.
Yeah, frame him a little.
So great tweet there from the Dan Le Batard show. Love that one. And then just piggybacking off that, I saw this tweet right before we jumped on live from @sandwich_dad. It's a photo of Larry Bird from that video, and the caption is, "When you see a cloud shaped like boobies." And I do not know why it made me laugh so much. Well, I know why. He put boobies in a tweet, and
it's
it's
a funny
Larry
word.
Bird pretending he's seeing a cloud that's shaped like boobies, and is like, that's pretty cool.
cool.
So there you go. Good stuff there. Let's call it. Let's
Yeah,
call it
buddy.
another classic in the books, a late night classic. It's been a while. Remember we did this during,
Bubble wrap.
what was that, Bubble? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a Summer League shirt? I've been meaning to ask you for the last 90 minutes. Just in the rotation, or is there a reason?
No, that's not in the rotation. No. I like to wear it on All-Star weekends, though, because everybody's full of themselves on All-Star weekend. Like, oh, I'm an All-Star. I like to remind myself of the grind.
Well, I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm nothing. I look down. Oh, yeah, I'm nothing. It's time to work.
Respect, man.
This was the best year of Summer League shirts. In terms of,
You look good in it. I'm not saying it
Probably
looks bad.
so,
You're not a Jarrett Allen. Don't get me wrong.
I feel like
man.
being
You're
a
not.
coach. I feel like I'm a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember you dissed me so hard. I was wearing like the pink one.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I don't like that pink one.
The pink wasn't a great
Bad shirt.
I know, but I was like fired up to put it on. We were getting ready to call our Summer League game. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going with the pink one. It's gonna look fresh. That pink one's ugly.
I'll tell you why I thought you were wearing it. Here's why I thought you were wearing
Sorry,
it.
man.
I thought you were wearing it because we have coming up, I guess starting on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a 3-part podcast series and YouTube series, of course. There will be video of our top 75 guests of all time. And a lot of the people that are going to make an appearance on these shows where we reminisce, we just go take a stroll down memory lane and relive our favorite 75 guests in the history of this show. A lot of them are at Summer League.
There's a good
So
number.
I thought maybe there was a link there. That's what's going on.
Oh, wow.
No.
No.
Tassie
Would you
setting
put that by Tassie? He loves a good promo,
yeah.
a nice little
like
you know,
a segue.
synergy, segue.
Yeah.
But I guess not.
No.
You just want to wear it. Yeah.
No, I just love it. I just see them every once in a while in my drawers, and I haven't put it on probably since Summer League in 2020, in 2018.
Yeah, 18
Wow.
was our last
4 years.
Summer.
Is that true?
Yeah, that was our
We
last
gotta get
one.
back there.
We'll
I think
be
we'll
there.
be in Utah next year for the.
I would love to go to
Salt
Utah. I've
Lake
never
City,
been
yeah.
to Salt Lake City. You said it's very beautiful. I remember.
Great mountains.
I just always
Great
remember
mountains.
that video. You were on satellite. Obviously, we were talking to you on the show, and yeah, you had just this.
Oh, yeah,
this
it was a picturesque shot, man.
Shot me. I was like, I gotta go there.
Yeah.
We gotta hit the slopes.
I gotta
Oh, yeah.
get that. If we can go skiing, then I definitely want to go to Utah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
If that's the next time I see snow, I'm down.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. But coming up, guys, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, our top 75 guests in No Dunks / starters / basketball Jones history. JD has put a ton of work, so has Tass, in compiling it. Leigh, you've found some things too. You have. You've done more than I have
yeah.
on these. And I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy these. We've recorded these shows, and again, it's a real just like, hey, remember this time? And we
Yeah.
just tell a bunch of
Remember
stories.
this
We really
guest?
pulled back the curtain on some
Yeah.
of these guests that we had, what was going on behind the scenes, stuff like that. So hopefully you guys will enjoy those. Dropping again on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The top 75 guests. Did we make it 76 like
No.
the NBA? No, we started at 75.
Well, didn't we slip in the?
Email in your NBA questions to nodunks@theathletic.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at No Dunks Inc. Grab yourself an athletic subscription. Go to theathletic.com/nodunks and get your No Dunks merch over at nodunks.com. And yeah, we won't be here until Friday. We'll be back live on Friday from the Classic Factory for the Drop podcast. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like I said, will be those special pre-recorded top 75 guests of all time. Sounds good?
Sounds very good.
Hey guys, what are you gonna do with your time off? You going anywhere? Doing anything?
I want to play tennis.
I'll
That'd
hit
be
some balls
that's
with
my
you.
number one goal is to play tennis this week.
Hey, it's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, we're looking at some
Great day for
beautiful
bopping.
weather. All right, we'll get out there. You?
I'll play tennis.
Okay. You want to play tennis?
I've got a tennis racket.
Doubles! All right. Well, I guess we should record it. Maybe go live, us playing. So
right.
maybe it's
Live
on
tennis.
on all the social media channels. We'll be playing tennis at a court near you. Until then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, the top 75 guests coming up, 3 parts. Actually, let us know. Count how many guests we have, because
Did we not count them?
it might not. Of course, I counted, but you know, Leigh kind of got me worried there. Did I slip in an extra one? No, it's 75,
geez.
guaranteed. Had to cut some people.
Embrace the week, people.
76.